Hey, youth group. I hope you guys are all doing okay during this pandemic season that we're in, the unusual time that we're in. Hopefully, one for a lifetime is enough. And I thought today we would reflect on the fact that it is the beginning of Holy Week. I don't know if you got a chance to watch a service this morning, but I have found pleasure in not just watching our service, but watching multiple services and seeing what other people are doing and how they're adapting to the times and what messages they're speaking to their congregations. I got to listen to my brother speak this morning, and it was really interesting, as well as our new pastor, Jennifer. And so it was fun. It was fun. But as I was reflecting this morning on the passage that was preached on this morning, I wanted to kind of relate to you my thoughts about Palm Sunday, which is what is today we celebrate, where if you would have been at church, you would have gotten some palm branches, and we usually have the children kind of go through the congregation waving the palm branches in respect to this passage. But if you remember this passage, it's when Jesus sent the disciples to go look for a donkey for him to ride into Jerusalem. It's called the Triumphal Entry. And we'll pick it up at verse 6 of 21, Matthew chapter 21. It says, "The disciples went and did as Jesus had directed them. They brought the donkey and the colt and put on them their cloaks, and he sat on them. Most of the crowd spread their cloaks on the road, and others cut branches from the trees and spread them on the road. And the crowds that went before him and that followed him were shouting, 'Hosanna to the King, the Son of David. Blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord. Hosanna in the highest.' And when he entered Jerusalem, the whole city was stirred up, saying, 'Who is this?' And the crowds said, 'This is the prophet Jesus from Nazareth of Galilee.'" So, interesting question that the city was asking. Who is this? It makes me think about the fact that maybe when we're going through good times, it's easy not to really grasp the gravity of who Jesus is. It's easy to see Jesus more as an accessory to our already busy life. And, we've got all these other things going on in our life, but we give, a percentage of our time to think about who Jesus is. And it's so minimal, it's so trite in some ways. But during a time when all of a sudden our lives are slowed down and they come to a grinding halt, this is a very important question. Who is he? Who is Jesus? And we might be, I want to challenge you to reflect on that throughout this week. Who is Jesus, really? Not just a person that we give tribute to when we get together on Sunday nights, but he wants to be Lord of our life, our whole life, every aspect of our life. And we need to be willing to maybe take a fresh look at exactly who he is and what it's all about. And this is a great week to do that with Holy Week. As we celebrate his triumphal entry coming into Jerusalem, he knew very well what he was there for. A lot of people were excited because they thought they were going to get a political leader that was going to overthrow Rome and establish Israel as the is the city that's in control. And he wasn't a political leader. He came as a spiritual leader. And it was very different. It was not what they expected. And some of the very same people that probably were yelling Hosanna to him were some of the very same people that days later were yelling crucify him. But yet, all throughout this, people are asking the question, who is he? They thought they knew who he was. They thought they understood him as, like I said, a political Messiah, but he wasn't. He was a different Messiah. He was a Messiah of the kingdom, not necessarily the nation. And the kingdom is so much bigger than any one nation. And he also wants to be king of our hearts, king of our minds, a king of that we submit ourselves to his leadership in our life. And so I want to give you that permission, give you that opportunity in your stillness, and the fact that we're all stuck at home and we don't have a lot to do, not to busy your mind with a lot of digital stuff, because I'm guilty of that. But to ask the question, who is Jesus? And so wrestle with that. Wrestle with that as we get to Maundy, Thursday. And there will be an online service for Maundy, Thursday where we think about the Last Supper and Jesus being with the disciples as he washed their feet. And then we'll move on to Good Friday. And there will be a service online for Good Friday where we will consider the fact that Jesus went to the cross for us and that he defeated sin once and for all at the cross. And all of history changed at that moment when he died on the cross. And then I don't know that we have anything for Holy Saturday, but that's a time that we somberly remember that he was in the grave. And then we move into Easter Sunday, and there will be an online service for Easter Sunday. And I challenge you to be a part of that too. And but ask yourself throughout this week, who is he? Who is he? He's got my attention right now, more than he's ever had my attention in my entire life. Does he have your attention? And are you open to the possibility of God expanding your idea of who Jesus is and how he might impact your life and bring peace and hope and comfort and love during a time that is uncertain, unstable, scary, and just troubling in many respects? So put your hope and trust in Jesus, and trust that he is going to carry us through this. And he's going, and it says in the Bible that, that he sympathizes with us in every way. And he's there with us. He's there for us. He grieves with those who are grieving. And so I just want you to wrestle with that this week. Who is he? Who is he? Who has he been to you? And does he have your attention now? And you're really ready to wrestle with the question, really, who is he? So think about that this week. We will be doing interviews Monday through Thursday with some of you. There will be a new challenge thrown out to you guys on Monday, and that video will be compiled and put together on Friday. And we hope to see you guys also. Those will be our youth group videos, but we also hope to see you on Thursday and Friday and next Sunday as we progress through Holy Week. I love you guys. I care about you. And wrestle with that question. Who is Jesus, really? Who is he? Who is he to you? Who is he to me? And what is he trying to teach us through this pandemic? And how can we embrace him on a deeper level than we ever have before? I love you guys. Take care.